Have a good day. In this video, you will learn all about quadratic inequalities. So let us first define what is a quadratic inequality. This is an inequality that contains a polynomial of degree 2 and can be written in any of the following form. We have here ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0. We have here ax squared plus bx plus c is less than 0. Ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than or equal to 0, and ax squared plus bx plus c is less than or equal to 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. So the following are the different forms wherein your quadratic inequality can be written. So a quadratic inequality in one variable are inequalities of the second degree involving the symbols, again, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Here are some of the examples of quadratic inequalities in one variable. We have x squared minus 3x minus 4 is less than 0. We have here negative x squared plus 2x is greater than or equal to positive 3. We have here x squared plus 2x is greater than positive 5. We have x squared is less than or equal to positive 2. And 5x minus 3 is less than x squared. So here are only some of examples of quadratic inequalities in one variable. So let us learn how to solve quadratic inequalities. The following are examples, the simple steps on how we're going to solve quadratic inequalities. First, change the inequality symbol to equality symbol. So, yung inequality symbol present from the given quadratic inequality ay papalitan natin ng equal sign. Then afterwards, we're going to solve for the roots since we already now have here a quadratic equation. And then, after we solve for the roots, we're going to plot the roots on our number line, okay? Then, after plotting the roots on our number line, we will determine the solution set of the given quadratic inequality using our test point x is equal to 0. Then, we will complete our graph for us to finally solve our given quadratic inequalities. Now let's have the first example. We have to solve the solution set of the quadratic inequality x squared is greater than negative 7x minus 10. So here is our given quadratic inequality, and the first thing that we need to do is we have to change the inequality symbol to equality symbol. That's why from greater than symbol, papalitan lang po natin siya ng equal sign. So as you can see, we can now have here a quadratic equation. So before we proceed on the next step wherein we're going to solve for the roots, we have to change or we have to write the given quadratic equation to its standard form. So we're going to move these two terms on the right side. We have here negative 7x and negative 10 to the other side of our equation. Always remember na kapag naglilipat po tayo ng terms sa kabilang side, mababago ang sign. So you have here the standard form of your quadratic equation as x squared plus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. Then afterwards, we're going to solve for the roots here by factoring. So the first factors of our first term, we have here x squared. So the factors of x squared are x and x. Then, to complete the factors of your given quadratic equation, you have to think of factors of positive 10 that whenever we add, the sum will give us positive 7. And we have here positive 2 and positive 5. As you can see, whenever we get the product of positive 2 and positive 5, we have here positive 10. And whenever we add positive 2 and positive 5, we have here positive 7. So this will be the factors of our quadratic equation. Then, we have to follow the next procedure wherein we're going to apply here the zero product property, wherein we will just simply equate these two factors by 0. So you have here x plus 2 is equal to 0 and x plus 5 is equal to 0. Then we're going to solve for x. So first is we have to move positive 2 to the other side of our equation. From positive, this will now become negative. That's why our x sub 1 is equal to negative 2. Then, for the next value of x, or for the second root, we're going to move positive 5 to the other side of our equation. From positive 5, this will now become negative 5. So as you can see, this will be the roots of our quadratic equation. So since we already determined the roots of our given quadratic equation, we're going to plot these two roots on our number line. So in plotting your roots here on our number line, you should always be reminded of whether you are to use here a hollow dot or a solid dot. So you have to look again at the given quadratic inequality and look for the symbol. Since the symbol used here is greater than, okay, so we're going to use here a hollow dot whenever we plot negative 2 and negative 5 as the roots of our quadratic equation. So as we plot the two roots from the given number line, as you can see, we have here three regions, okay? The first and the third region will be our option if this will be the solution set of our given quadratic inequality. And the second option is if the solution set of our quadratic inequality will be the middle one, or the center shaded region or part of our graph. Okay, so before we determine the solution set, let us first write the inequality the inequality based from the given graph. Okay, so from the left side of negative 5, so we can say, or as you can see, these are the possible values of x that is less than negative 5. So pag nasa kaliwa po, these are the values that is lesser than the lower roots or value of roots that we have, that is negative 5. Then on the right side, these are the numbers that is greater than, okay, negative 2. So we can say that the inequality of the given graph here is that we have here x is greater than negative 2. Then as you can see, ito pong nasa center natin, or yung nandito sa middle natin na shaded region, which is shaded as color yellow, we can conclude that these are the values of x that is, or these are the values that are less than negative 2 but greater than negative 5. So if we're going to write the inequality of the given or of the middle shaded part of our graph, can be written now on this form. So laging ganito po yung symbol or yung pattern natin. Ang mababago lang po, yung unang isusulat natin is the lower roots, which is negative 5. And then, dun sa last naman po is the highest value or highest roots that we obtain. So that's why you have here negative 2. Again, whenever we write the inequality of this kind of graph, so ito lagi yung pattern. Okay, so mababago lang po ay yung dalawang integers na nandito sa kaliwa at sa kanan. Okay, so we already write the inequality of the given graph. So again, ang magiging solution set ng ating quadratic inequality is either yung union nitong kaliwa, itong nasa kaliwa at nasa kanan, or itong nasa gitna na ating graph. Okay, so we're going to have here our test point. So to have our test point, we will just copy our given quadratic inequality. So you copy the given quadratic inequality at ang test point natin palagi is x is equal to 0. So we're going to test if x is equal to, using x is equal to 0. So you have to substitute x here. Ayan, from the values or from the variables that we have here from the given quadratic inequality. Then you have here 0 squared is greater than minus 7 times 0 minus 10. So whenever we simplify, you have here 0 is greater than 0 minus 10. So 0 minus 10 is negative 10. Now the question is this statement 0 greater than negative 10? Okay, so very good that this statement is true or correct. So once that this statement is true, so you have to look kung nasaan po yung 0 na yan from our number line. And as you can see, nandito siya sa right portion ng ating graph. So therefore, it is clearly means that the solution set of our given quadratic inequality is the union of the two solution or values of x that we have here. So to complete the graph, we're going to have here a bolder line, or to complete our graph or the solution set of our given quadratic inequality. And to write, we have here x such that x, you copy here, is less than -5, union with the values of x that is greater than -2. So that is on how we're going to solve quadratic inequalities. Okay? Now, some other books have the following proof that the solution set that they have or that they get from the given quadratic inequality is correct. So they have or they choose here one value from each of the region and make sure that since you have here the solution set that is on the left side and on the right side of our graph, make sure na kahit anong value ng x na kuhanin natin dyan ay magiging true ang ating statement. So let's start with this one wherein I use here the value of x be equal to 5. So 5 is greater than -2. Then afterwards, I substitute the value of x from the given quadratic inequality. So you can see from the solution, we have here 25 is greater than -45, and that is true. Next, on the left side naman ng ating graph, I'm going to use here -8. So I have to substitute -8 from the given quadratic inequality. So you have to solve. And as you can see, 64 is greater than 46. That also make your inequality true. Now, to prove that this portion of your graph will not be the solution set of your quadratic inequality, because whenever let's say we use here -4, 16 is greater than 18. That is false. Okay? So this will make your inequality false. That's why this portion or this region will not be the solution set of your given quadratic inequalities. Okay? So is there any question or clarification for the first example? Let us proceed to the next example. We have here x squared plus 3x is less than 40. So you copy the given, then write or change the inequality symbol to equal sign. Then write your quadratic equation now to its standard form. So we're going to move positive 40 to the other side of our equation. That's why this will now become -40. So this will be the standard form of your quadratic equation. Then we're going to solve for the roots by, again, factoring. So the factors of the first term are x and x. Then we're going to think of factors of -40 with a sum of +3. So the factors of -40 with a sum of +3 are +8 and -5. So as we multiply these two integers, we got here -40 as the product. And when we add, we have here a sum which is +3. So we're going to apply here the zero product property. So x plus 8 is equal to 0, then x minus 5 is equal to 0. So let us now solve for the first root. We have to move +8 to the other side of our equation. So that's why our x sub 1 is equal to -8. Then, for the second root, we're going to move -5 to the other side of our equation so that our x sub 2 is equal to +5. So these are the two roots that we obtained. So after that, we're going to plot these two roots, -8 and +5, on our number line. So, again, balikan po yung given na inequality symbol na ginamit sa ating quadratic inequality. So, we have here a less than symbol again. That's why we're going to use here a hollow dot as we plot these two roots. Okay, so again, there will be a partition wherein the left and right side has the same color, shaded color region, and yung middle po was shaded yellow. So this either will be the solution set of our given quadratic inequality. Again, on the left side, these are values that is lesser. Okay, that's why this Whenever we write the inequality, we have here x is less than negative 8. And then on the right side, these are the values that are greater than our given roots. So you have your x is greater than positive 5. Then on the middle, we're going to use again here the values of x that is less than positive 5 but greater than negative 8. Then let's now have our test point. Copy the original given quadratic inequality. Use x equal to 0 as our test point. So we're going to again substitute the value of x from the given quadratic inequality and then simplify. So 0 is less than 40. That is also true, or this statement is true. Therefore, kung nasaan yung 0, that will be the solution set of our quadratic inequality. So this will be the solution set of our given quadratic inequality. So as you can see, it will be highlighted, or it will make to final your graph, or to finish your graph, or to complete your graph. So it will be highlighted with this one. And let us write the solution set as x such that x is less than positive 5 but greater than negative 8. Again, that is on how we're going to solve the quadratic inequalities. Now, let us have our third example. So we're going to solve for the solution set of the given quadratic inequality. X squared minus 2x is greater than or equal to positive 15. So again, the first step is you have to change the inequality symbol to equal sign or equality symbol. Then write your quadratic equation now to standard form. You have to move positive 15 to the other side of your equation. That's why this will now become negative 15. So this will be the standard form of your quadratic equation. Then we're going to solve for the roots of this quadratic equation by factoring. So the first are the roots, the factors of the first term are x and x. And for the factors of the second term, we have to think of numbers or factors rather of negative 15 with a sum of negative 2. So you have here positive 3 and negative 5 as the factors of negative 15 with a sum of negative 2. Then apply po tayo ng zero product property. So we're going to equate these two factors by 0. Then let's now solve for the roots. We have to move positive 3 to the other side of our equation. So that's why it will become negative 3. Then for the next value of our root, we're going to move negative 5 to the other side of our equation so that our x sub 2 is equal to positive 5. Next, we have to plot the two roots that we obtain here on our number line. So balik po tayo sa symbol that is used from the given quadratic inequality. Since the symbol used on our given quadratic inequality is greater than or equal to. Okay? Equal to po siya. That's why whenever we plot these two roots, we're going to use naman dito na solid dot. Okay, so again, this will be a three partition of our graph. So on the left side, these are the values of x that is less than or equal to negative 3. Then on the right, these are the values of x that is greater than or equal to positive 5. Then yung nasa gitna po, in the middle, we have here the value of x that is less than or equal to positive 5 but greater than or equal to negative 3. So we're going to have now our test point. So you have to write the given quadratic inequality. Then you have to use our test point equal to 0. We substitute the values of x from the given quadratic inequality. You simplify and is 0 greater than or equal to 15. Okay, that is wrong, or that will make your inequality statement false. So therefore, yung nasa dulo-dulo po ang atin pong magiging solution set from the given quadratic inequality. Okay, so The solution set of the given quadratic inequality is the union of the values of x that is less than or equal to -3 and x that is greater than or equal to +5. So again, to write our solution set, we have to write here x such that x is less than or equal to -3, union with x is greater than or equal to +5. So again, that is on how we're going to solve for the solution set of the given quadratic inequalities. So I want you to try this for me to know if you really understand our topic for today. So you're going to solve for the solution set of the quadratic inequality x squared is less than 3x plus 18. So you have to show your complete solution and make sure that you have here a clear graph whenever you submit your answers. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening.